What's up, y'all? We back again. We got this new episode starting up. We calling this one self love and meditation.
Self
Uh,
love and meditation.
so first of all, positive and forward.
Positive and forward, everyone.
We gotta say that to y'all because that's just part of the ascension. You gotta ascend. You know what I mean? That's the thing right there. It's really just like that too, shaped like that. Mm, wow, that's a whole other story. Anyway, um, so what'd you think? The thing about last episode that I really wanted to talk about, and it really connects with me to be able to move into meditation, even because this thing about love we talked about last episode, we obviously had varied opinions, and I've been able to even from some Facebook posts with her, I've been even able to even accept her viewpoint in the sense of just some, and I even posted a quote by Drake one time. He said, "Pretty taught me ugly lessons." And the most beautiful things in the world can teach you some of the ugliest lessons. So, for me, self love and meditation go hand in hand. With that being said, the love part of it, for me, I can agree with being able to do away with it if you have to, because you got to take care of yourself. That's the most important. You got to take care of yourself. So to me, that's how both of our messages become agreeable in one, because self-love is at the root of all that stuff we talked about, all that jazz. And for real, to be honest, I was kind of like, the first episode was kind of whack. I'm gonna try to get this thing just a little bit more juicy for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Try to let it go for y'all. I've been holding back. To be honest, I've been very nervous. I've been very nervous about
He has.
just to really just let y'all have what's on me. It's in me. It's on me. However y'all say it, I want to get it up off me. I need y'all to have it. And so a lot of this episode is just gonna be about me getting comfortable, just talking about this, and for me, the love of myself, self love, the ultimate picture of the definition of love, from what I've been able to gather, is self love, and the definition of love for me would be just really making sure you stay true to yourself, so much so that you have enough to give to somebody else. And whatever you give to somebody else, because it's so precious to you, you give it to them out of love.
Right.
And that would come full circle with self-love and the definition of love for me. So,
And for me, the self love, I mean, it has to be an internal thing. And what I think we agree on is that when you love you and you make sure that you are healed and you are progressive and you are whole as an individual, you provide a better product to not only yourself but outwardly. So the people closest to you, and then the people closest to them, and then I mean it's a whole, right? So when you have the ability to love self, you absolutely have the ability to love others and to provide a great product to the world. And that's what we're here for. We're here to improve the world some kind of way and make things better, be right, be good to people, just do right by people in general. Like, for us, self-love is the beginning of love in general.
loving everybody. Love, that's so you think about that, and you think about that in terms of like relationship and just all these statistics in the world, how it all kind of comes together, where what you can do with yourself once you love yourself, like what you can actually give to the world once you love yourself, is something so tremendous that it's a lot of times you give yourself chills. Have you ever been sitting in a quiet room and you give yourself chills? I don't know. It's very
I've been giving myself chills a whole lot
in a perfectly quiet
these
room, like
last couple
no
of
one
years.
else gave it to you. Think about that. You
Absolutely.
gave yourself chills.
Yes.
And
Because I mean, some of y'all, a lot of y'all who will watch this, some of y'all who, don't know me at all. But I have a story. And I've been extremely, public with parts sometimes some little accent comes out of my
It's
mouth.
KC, baby. I'm from Kansas City.
You have to, you have to forgive me. Um, Parts of it have been shared widely on the internet, and so some of y'all think you know exactly what's been happening, but man, you really have no idea what's been happening. I'm out here motivating me. I'm out here loving me. I'm out here making sure that I am good. And because I'm doing that, others are growing, others are healing, others are developing, others are opening up boxes that they didn't know that they could open up as well. And it wasn't even my goal. It was never my goal to, you know, have a trail behind me. Um, but because I know that I'm putting good product out there, um, I'm okay with it. Come on, y'all. Let's do this. Let's get better.
Mm, mm, let's get better. You see, the thing about it like that is it could be overwhelming for, just to come at you and say, let's all heal, let's get better. And, we really building this thing each and every episode. We want to get some comments out of y'all.
That would be
no,
great.
No comments yet. We still just starting this thing, and that's okay. I want to grab somebody's attention and just be able to see life how I see it long enough to see it how you want to see it. Once you can take little its and bit, that's the greatest people are like sponges. They take a little bit from everybody. And, if we can just build like a human continuum, like you think of, a lot of people might not know what a continuum is, but it's something like a circuit. In electricity, a continuum is going to make that thing go and come back and touch it right here. So boom, we went back to the last episode with the yin and the yang. Last episode I said yin yang twins. Hey, but I meant yin and yang. Anyway, so I caught that. I did say that wrong, but the thing about it is, it's the full circle of it all. When it touches, it's right. When it ain't touching, it's wrong. And we live in a way where we got to figure that out. We got to figure that out together. We got to figure that out. Let's talk about it. Tell me where you think you can add to this. Tell me what you think, because I talk back, and I could debate with you too. We can go ahead, open the comments. So the comments is always open. We can go ahead, and I got time.
We are prepared to discuss these matters. We are prepared to hear y'all's ideas. We are prepared to hear, what y'all want to hear. Because the whole point is just, what is it? Positive and forward?
Positive and forward. No
Positive
matter
and
what.
forward.
Got nothing against no one else.
Nothing.
No. I ain't gonna say no disagreement, because I got some disagreements. I'm gonna just be honest with you. But
that's natural though,
That's it. That's we can agree to disagree though.
Right.
No harm, no foul. If you ain't feeling how I'm feeling about what I'm feeling, when I'm feeling it, if you feeling it, cool. Cool with me. So that's for me. To me, that's kind of a stamp on self-love, and the whole thing. All of it is intertwined. You're gonna hear me go off subject very many times, because to me it all resonates together. That's how I live my life, in a continuum. If I want to find, there's many things that I don't have the answer to, but I want to find why this happened in my life. I want to be cognitive throughout my day. I want to take my whole love of myself and into just meditation. So for me, if I'm gonna go from, I love how talking about the last episode and the next episode being meditation. This is a meditation episode.
Meditation.
We get the chance to actually take that love that we have of ourselves and be so confident about it, be so sure. Confidence, faith, both of those is the same knife. You don't have to place confidence more with arrogance and faith more with stupidity. You can take those and put them in together. That's the same night. What I have confidence in, what I'm 100% confident about, and what I believe, that's my faith. Me, I don't use faith like willy nilly. Like a lot of people, use faith as a a way to place their problems in God's hands, or a way to place their problems on a higher figure than themselves. So faith is used in that way, and I kind of turn it a little bit. So I turn different things like faith, and I turn different things like faith and prayer. I turn them a little bit. I don't really. I definitely. So this is the thing for me. I have something that I need to say, and I feel like, okay, it's like this. If I'm gonna go ahead and 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 talk about meditation, I started meditating because I have I had a serious issue with what prayer was doing for me. That's why I started meditating.
Or not
It
necessarily doing for you.
well, actually, more so not. Uh, that's essentially no. I wasn't just walking about. What if you sitting there and you actually looking for miracles? What if you walk out every day in your life? Let me take this gum out of my mouth. My bad. What if you walk out every day in your life and you looking for miracles? Like you wondering when the next best thing is gonna happen to you. This is just now. I want to take this into something you're thinking about. I don't want to put this all on the whole mysticism of what This is common sense, straight down to the point. I want to actually ask you. I want to ask you to use your logic and follow me down this whole path from, okay, we went from faith to prayer, and prayer for me is a tool. I use it differently than meditation. Meditation, I feel like meditation for me is something that I've learned to use for myself. It gives me everything I need to practice understanding. And that, for me, practicing understanding is essentially what I do, as if I was practicing how to write my name, or as if I was practicing how to shoot a jump shot again and again. Eventually, I got pretty good at it.
Mm-hmm.
But I practice now more so than a jump shot, understanding. So, for me, I'm getting better at it. And as long as I continue to get better at something, it's big things popping. It's big things ahead for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So,
just like this channel.
I want y'all to really comment, talk to me, and I want this channel to be something that actually blesses others and helps others. Now, I want that to be clear, because I'm blessing others, and I want to be blessed. We're gonna work together to build this continuum.
Is necessary so we can make this happen.
This continuum,
or at least not everybody, but whoever's interacting.
Whoever's feeling it, I wouldn't mind sharing my message, and so I'm doing so. I think it's worth sharing. It's informative and it's worth sharing.
I agree, because you're already just in the communication we were able to have, before we started recording.
Pre-record.
Like some eye-opening details were had, and a level of growth is happening in just these interactions. And so if we can manage to do that for each other, our mind is kind of blown for the fact that if people give us this chance to come on down this rabbit hole with us,
we all gonna grow.
Some growth is gonna happen, positive and forward, for sure. So I want to tune in and pull it a little closer on the meditation of it all. you said that you do it for different reasons than prayer, for example. And so be more clear about the difference between prayer and meditation for you.
Well, I was walking right into it because understanding, like, okay, that's why I meditate. I meditate to practice understanding.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing about it is, and this is the thing that I said to her just before recording, and I this is something I live by this, and this centers all of my meditation. I said something to her even a couple years ago when we were talking about meditation, that, I mean, there's a bunch of different phrases. I said to her on the phone a couple years back, or maybe a year back, that it doesn't matter about all the chaos around you. It doesn't matter about that. It matters. It doesn't matter that you even can't quiet that stuff. So don't sit there and try to meditate and realize it's hard, because you got all these other things like coming at you. You got so much other stuff coming at you, and even if you try to quiet the mind and just sit there in a quiet room, sometimes it's so much, the mind never goes quiet, and you just sit there thinking about your problems, and that's pretty much your whole meditation thing, and that can happen to some people, and you could get discouraged. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about meditation is,
you don't stop. You keep practicing.
It's present. See?
Yeah.
It's present. It's present.
Mm-hmm.
See, so now I want you to understand, it's a gift. It's a gift to you. You know, the very moment that you sit upon yourself in, the only I'm not talking about the next moment or the moment before. I'm only talking about the very moment you sit and hear this message. Even as you hear this message, time goes by, and you thinking that you got enough time to listen to the end of this message, and you already take that time for granted, and so you already think, everyone thinks ahead, and if you're not thinking ahead, even 15 seconds ahead, the way the mind works, literally, then you're thinking about everything behind you. You're thinking about, you're reflecting, and that's okay. We all either think ahead or okay. Meditation is a practice where you only think about the gift that you've been given and how to nurture that gift.
It grounds you.
You only think about the gift that you've been given and how to nurture that gift, how to appreciate that gift, how to be thankful for that very gift.
It gives you stillness. It gives you calm. It gives you an ability to just be present.
So, you know, the way meditation is, that the thing about that is you build on that. So now, you know, very many times, as I said, I want to make sure that it's clear. I always pick the hours, sometimes even 2, but usually between the hours of 3 and 5 a.m. is I pick those because usually 99% of all the homes in America, in America, are quiet, perfectly still, quiet. Not a thing drops, nothing moves. So you get that time. I use very many postures. Some of them, maybe, I don't know, some crazy episode down the line, I'll do it. I'll physically show you. Mm-hmm. But maybe even I'll post a link of some great postures. So boom, right here, it's gonna be right there. So
we're gonna tighten that up too, because we know.
Well, no.
Last time
when I did that, see, this is what we know now. Now we know we recorded that. See, I'm gonna put it in there later, but hey, I guess I wasn't supposed to say that. So we gotta get better about not saying what we gotta stage a little bit, but we unscripted. So we just being who we are.
And when y'all see me looking at away at a note or something, it's not because it's scripted. It's because my memory is shot. And so sometimes I need just a little bit of support to remind me of, I need to say that detail.
My memory ain't that good either. I'll be getting off track. I get to talking about automobiles We was just talking about meditation. Somehow telling you how the car start.
So for me, meditation is a lot of what Philip said. Him bringing up the fact that we talked about it about a year and a half ago is actually the sign that when I started meditating, he and our younger brother both mentioned meditation to me. And at the time I wasn't quite, I wasn't there. And so I didn't really understand what it could mean. But very shortly after that, my life also became completely wrapped around peace and finding peace for me. Um, and so I ascribe to things that bring me peace. And if it does not bring me peace, it can go. Uh, and so it's just been a process. I can also see that his level of meditation, his walk has grown to a level that mine hasn't grown to yet. Um, but that's okay, because everybody's walk is different,
You
and you
keep
need
ascending.
and you need to get where you need to get in the time that you need to get there.
So,
I've just been blessed
no
to
rush.
have.
No rush.
There's no rush. There's no time span. There's nobody saying you have to do this for this amount of time this way. While there are specific postures that are beneficial, like my brother mentioned, um, the point is just finding that still moment. It could be in the shower. It could be while you're driving. It could be, fresh out of your sleep. It could be just before you go to sleep to help, get you to that place of sleep. Um, I take moments. I've used my walks to meditate. So if I'm out there for 2.5 hours, I'm meditating because this has turned into a whole experience for me. It's not about what I'm doing for work. It's not about what bill I have to pay. It's not about who needs something from me. It's only about me, the earth, and that moment. Then I have different things that I use to support me in these walks. Um, and that doesn't have to be the same for everybody either. Because like even our prayer beads, for example, I use mine differently than my brother uses his. He wears his every day. So they're with him at all times. Mine, um, I have 3 strands, and they're used either together because I'm looking for some real power in that moment, or they're used separately because I'm working towards the different things. But they are created of natural beads and stones. So there is a rose quartz strand, and rose quartz is not unfamiliar to most people. Most people know that the rose quartz stone is about love, but it also involves trust and harmony and unconditional love, and just the ability to self-love and not only have good friendships but be a good friend. Um, so if I am struggling in that area, then this might be the only thing that I'm trying to work towards in that moment. Um, the other strand, or another strand, is of amethyst. Also, not a very common stone. People, know a lot about that stone. But with the amethyst, groundedness, we talked about that, right? Tranquility, calm, um, and basically just not working to be intoxicated, but just being in that moment, which is something we also made sure to mention. And then the other strand, blue appetite, and it's for expanding intellect, manifestation, achieving and setting goals, and being able to just remove negativity. So um, I got them in these stones for multiple purposes. One, obviously, those things that I mentioned, but also I'm really huge on supporting, small black businesses. And our cousin actually sells these through her business.
Who?
Nicole.
Boom, right there. It's gonna go on the screen.
So Nikki G Spot. You're looking for items to support your growth, to support your sexual healing, because she's good with that too. Amazing with that, by the way. Anyway, it's the thing we all do, okay? So.
Oh no, I was singing the song.
Oh, okay. He was singing the song. Okay, I thought he was having a brother moment, hating on me again.
I don't do that.
Okay.
That's not
You
me.
don't.
That's your little brother.
The little. Okay. Anyway.
I just do it. I might do it for fun. Sometimes I'm protective. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
But I don't too much hate. You know
Nikki G Spot has been extremely helpful in, getting me tools that I can use. We talked about tools again. None of these we don't want to suggest that these are the end all of end all. We do want to suggest that you find what helps and supports you.
Yeah, so she used very many things like that. Me, my prayer beads, they actually, I had bought, I went to I guess you can call it a spirituality store in the mall, and they sell very many things. I actually had bought, at the time I got these, I had bought my mother about a year ago.
That beautiful journal.
A journal, yeah. So I bought them. They make only, and I actually got you an elephant thing from the same store.
It's in my room. It's part of my meditation corner, because I got all kinds of tools. I'm all about overlapping, and because I was working so hard to build myself out of such a huge hole, I just like completely enveloped myself in things. Now I know today that these aren't the end all of end all, like I say.
Whatever you can use, even every little bit, it ain't got to end all.
Right, but I'm just saying, I don't want anybody to assume I'm saying it's the only way, or they have to do, do it the same way, that I'm doing it. But I have layered myself. I have covered myself in varying ways. I take care of myself physically. I take care of myself mentally. I take care of myself emotionally. I take care of myself financially. It is the whole package.
It's a continuum.
Yeah, it is a continuum. There is no part of you that you shouldn't be concentrating on and making sure that it's well.
That's right. That's dope. Like this, okay. The thing about these beads, they came with a singing bowl. I use my singing bowl. I actually, I have this alarm in my mind. I do it about every 2 weeks sometimes it's only every month.
Mm-hmm.
But I use it, and one thing I learned about singing bowls, I bought another couple of small ones and another couple of wooden ones. One thing I know about them is I don't know about like the types, but I know that the sound, the higher the pitch, the more cleansing and enlightening it's uplifting.
Mm.
The lower the pitch, the more calming and like it's the opposite of cleansing, but it's a good thing. It's more calming.
Mm-hmm.
The lower the sound, it's more calming. It resonates more with your lower meditation spirit.
Mm-hmm.
The higher one resonates more with your energy spirit. So, the thing about the bowl and the beads came with the bowl, and so I actually ended up losing these beads. And they ended up coming back to me, and so I'm connected with these beads. So I use these. So basically the whole thing is whatever helps you, like whatever it's gonna fall in line. That's the things that God can put on you that no man can construct. How it resonates with your actual spirit, and you just gotta take it with you.
And if something isn't resonating with your spirit, it is perfectly okay for you to find what does.
If something ain't resonating with you, if something ain't resonating with your spirit, get rid of it. What no longer serves you, cut it loose.
Cut it loose.
And that's not vain to say that's not selfish. The best thing that you can do is be selfish long enough to have something to give.
Because mind you, the thing is, if it's not resonating with your spirit and your soul anymore, very likely that thing isn't being
It's not
fed
at
or
its
filled
highest.
either. That thing, people, the job, um, the program you decided to sign up for. Like we're not talking about one area of life. This is a blanket. If it doesn't fulfill your needs, it's not for you anymore. It's not for you anymore.
So what I realized is, we had talked about this. I'm actually making the executive decision. She gonna love it anyway. But I didn't. We talked about a different next episode. The next episode is gonna be. I'm gonna be on the West Coast. I'm gonna do it by myself. The next episode. The one after that, she gonna do it by herself, and it's gonna be spirituality 1 and 2. That's gonna be the next episode. We're gonna go in here.
He done made an executive decision to change it all the way around.
You know, we was gonna talk about hygiene, but that doesn't. Yes, that's self-love. That goes in there with what we do in meditation and stuff. The hygiene is very important to take care of yourself. And it kind of sounded good when we talked about it before, but the spirituality is better because I got a message for y'all. I really want to go ahead and deliver my message, and so I do need some more time. Not today, but I think that it's important that you gotta subscribe, man. You gotta really just. I said it. I'm gonna just keep saying rock with your boy, because I'm ready to. You know what? I say this. I almost killed myself. I was suicidal, and I don't take it lightly. It's not a joke.
No, it's not.
I had to change a lot of things in my life to stay here with y'all, and I almost didn't give you this message, and the reason why I'm still here is because I gotta give you this message. I must. I've been holding it back for too long. I have a recurring dream from when I was a young child, and it all makes sense to me now. And I got something for y'all, and I love y'all. I love y'all, and positive and forward.
Positive and forward.